To continue, there was an intellectual reformer in the land of Misraim named Amenhotep IV, aka Akhenaton or Eknaton. He became Pharaoh in the land of Misraim sometime in the year 1370 BCE to 1353 BCE, Basic Common Era, after he succeeded Amenhotep III. Amenhotep IV has issued a decree that all the inhabitants in the land of Misraim shall only worship the single deity, a cosmic pertaining to Pharaoh who manifested himself as the Aton or Acten, and as the sun deity Eknaton, a title attributed to Amenhotep IV as the ruler and mighty man of Misraim. That Trinitarian pagans Thetans, deity of Osiris, the father, Isis, the mother, and the court leader, and the son Horus, mythically the last deity to rule the earth in the primeval times, then became the Acten or Aton, and as the sun deity this was spread and worshipped in the whole land of Misraim, until it became an open represented in the form of the golden molten image of ram or calf. That was decreed by the priests of Nolibites after the reign of Amenhotep IV as Pharaoh of Misraim. The golden molten image of rams graving tools was brought by the craftsmen that went up with the chosen tribes, children of Patriarch Jacob, who was given a name Yasharon. And a mixed multitude also went up with them with their flocks and herbs and with very much cattle. This was written in Exodus chapter 12 verse 38. Those mixed multitude that went up with them when superior Moses brought out the whole descendants of Patriarch Yasharon from the land of Misraim were the progenitor on how those chosen peoples had turned and corrupted themselves quickly, and that sovereign Yahweh, the all-knowing, omniscient mediator, knows what was happened in the camp. And he said to superior Moses, "Go down in the camp, for the people, assembly of Yasharon, whom we brought up out from the land of Misraim, have corrupted themselves. They have turned or forgotten aside quickly, and they returned to the deity in the land of Misraim, and they have made for themselves a golden molten image of ram or calf, and they called and worshipped that deity Elohim. They even made sacrifice to it. They said, 'This is your Elohim, O assembly of Yasharon, that brought them up out from the land of Misraim.' And sovereign Yahweh, the omnipresent said unto Moses that he have seen these people, that they are hard-headed people. And he said further that he, Moses, shall leave him alone before his wrath may grow hot against them, and that he may consume them. And he said to Moses that he, Moses, shall go down quickly and to seize their unrighteous deeds, and that he will make them great nation. Exodus chapter 32 verses 7 to 10. However, when ruler King Hosea or Yehoshua, the son of Nun, was succeeded by Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, as king of the kingdom of Yasharon and the land grant at Canaan, the anger of sovereign Yahweh bin Yahweh, the omnipotent celestial realm Father, was kindled against the kingdom of Yasharon, because they have done unrighteous acts and deeds. They have learned to call the mighty one as Adonai. Others called it Baal. The meaning of Baal in English is Lord. Others call him El Elyon, and some call him El Shaddai. And they went or entered into the temple of Asherah, the phrase of the molten images of different deities. They had forsaken to call upon the name Yahweh, the omnipotent celestial Father, and had neglected their Levitical priesthood that were assigned unto their respective tribes. They have failed to comply their mission as the great nation, because they lack binding brotherhood. As the old wise saying goes, united we stand, divided we fall, until they were delivered unto their judges, and gave unto them Yasharonites their judges for about the space of 430 years, until the prophet Samuel was delivered unto them. And it came to pass that after 430 years from the clutches of their judges, they desired to have their king once again, and gave them unto them Saul the son of Kish from the tribe of Benjamin. And after 82 years, the kingdom of Yasharon was divided, because an allegory, the father of falsehood and the source of human nature, have always insisted its worstdom, column and open parenthesis, false decrees. And it became worse when the ruler or king of the 10 seceded northern kingdom of Yasharon at Samaria, named Jeroboam the son of Nebat from the tribe of Ephraim, when his sons and ministers had removed those 10 Levitical priesthoods that were assigned to every tribe, and they were replaced by the 10 priests of no-Levite, who were the priests of the golden molten image of ram or calves from the land of Mizraim. After numerous years, those 3 priests of no-Levite that were assigned into the 6 offsprings of the 3 chosen tribes, namely Reubenites, Gadites, and Naphtalites, had made connivance or silent agreement unto the newly installed emperor of the Assyrian Empire named Tiglath-Pileser II. And that silent agreement was implemented in the 2nd year reign of Pekahiah, the son of Menahem, as king of the kingdom of Yasharon at Samaria. When Pekah, the son of Remaliah, became chief of the army of the kingdom of Yasharon at Samaria, and launched the captiate against the kingship of Pekahiah, the son of Menahem. And Pekah, the son of Remaliah, reigned 20 years as king of the remaining 9 tribes, or 9 seceded northern kingdom tribes, kingdom of Yasharon at Samaria. Tiglath-Pileser II, an emperor of the Assyrian Empire who succeeded Nasurpal II came up against the other tribes of Yasharon in the land of Samaria, and have taken and besieged the land of Ion, Abel-beth Maaka, or it was called now as Mika, Kadesh in Hazor, Pokok, Rama, Madon, Hamat, Upper and Lower Galilee, all the lands of Naphtali, Gilead, all the lands of Gad, they have taken, even the land of Reuben at Heshbon and Didon, and unto Aroer, and Emperor Tiglath-Pileser II with his legions carried them, the 3 tribes, captives. And they were brought to the east bank of Tiber. Brothers and sisters, this land or east bank of Tiber is now the Vatican City at Rome. Truth seekers in these latter days of the age of Isis should comprehend, if the writer of this book have to render the passage into comprehensible rendition, because historians in the ancient times and those early theologians, copyists and translators of the scriptures that were written in the ancient hieroglyphics of the Hebrew language that had long ceased to be spoken, have neglected or probably made intentionally or relating to a logical concept. And because there's no writers or historians who would write the true history, if the historians, early theologians, copyists, translators, and scribes with their press of Noloidites, and rulers, kings who had done unrighteousness unto the other seceded northern kingdom tribes of Patriarch Jacob, or simply Columanu, parenthesis, Yasharon, that those lands being besieged by the legions, armies of the Assyrian Empire, was not only the land of Naphtali, but included were the lands that were requested by the said offsprings of the tribe of Reuben, who were the Reubenites, and Gad, who were the Gadites, as they were referred in the scriptures, the boiling waters and the less fortunate, respectively. And in order to confirm as evidence, truth seekers must read as recorded in the 4th book called Numbers. Numbers chapter 32 verses 1 to 5. Now the children of Reuben and the children of Gad have a very great multitude of castles. And when the Reubenites and Gadites saw the land of Yasir, Gilead, Didon, and Aroer, that the place was a place for cattle, the said offsprings of Reubenites and Gadites came and spoke to Moses and to Eleazar the high priest, who was the son of Aaron, superior Moses, elder brother, unto the princes of the kingdom of Yasharon, saying, Atarot, Didon, Aroer, Yahas, Mediba, Heshbon, besides Mount Nebo, Bet Nimrah, Eliali, Mipaat, Shibam, Gilead, Mispe, Ramoth, thus Gilead are the lands for cattle, and your servants, relatives, have cattle. And they, Reubenites and Gadites, said that if they have found favor in the sight, let these lands be given or allotted unto them for their possessions, and bring them not to the valley of Jordan River. Numbers chapter 32 verses 1 to 5. Also the Phrase and he Tiglath-Pileser carried them 3 tribes, Reubenites, Gadites, or Naphtalites, captive to Assyria, should be rendered. And he Tiglath-Pileser carried them 3 tribes, namely Reubenites, Gadites, and Naphtalites, captives, and they were brought to the east bank of Tiber. Included was the name of King Pekah's father, that those early historians in the ancient times and those early scribes, theologians, copyists, translators with the priests of no Levites had translated it into Remaliah. But actually, it will be rendered as Romalia. When Sovereign Yahweh, the omniscient, all-knowing mediator of Yasharon, have used the newly established or developed Assyrian Empire to chastise, punish the remaining 9 tribes of the 10 seceded northern kingdom tribes, kingdom of Yasharon, at Samaria, for their unrighteousness, in following the wordams, false decrees that were decreed by the priests of no Levites, who were the priests of the golden molten image of Ram from the land of Mizraim, as recorded by Yesaiah the prophet. Chapter 10 of Yesaiah the prophet, verses 5 to 6. O Assyrian, the rod of the mighty one's anger, the staff in whose hands is his indignation. Sovereign Yahweh the mediator will send them Assyrians against the profane nations, and against the people of his wrath will give them a charge to take the plunder, and to take the prey, and to tread them 3 tribes down like the mirth of the streets. Since the seeds of spring of the chosen children of Patriarch Yasharon have lacked binding of intellectual brotherhood and follow antagonism against their brethren, and that the first impression of Emperor Tiglath-Pileser II of the Assyrian Empire, when he saw with his own sight those great multitudes of castles and herbs, was to besiege the well-favored land, who had a very great multitude of castles and herbs, ships, so that they can utilize the wealth of the seeds offspring of the tribes of Reubenites and Gadites for the expansion of their newly established empire, the Assyrian Empire. However, those priests of no Levites that were assigned unto the 3 tribes with their cohorts had changed their plan. Instead of giving them something usually unpleasant, which serves as a warning only to the 3 tribes, namely Reubenites, Gadites, and Naphtalites, what the Assyrian Empire legions did with the 3 tribes with their governors was. The Assyrian Empire with their legions had slaughtered, killed all their old ones, their fighting men, and their sons, with their 3 governors, but their wives, who are capable of reproductions, and their daughters were kept alive, and they were brought captive in the east bank of Tiber, and not Assyria. One of the rulers or head of the Assyrian Empire legions, probably the captain of Emperor Tiglath-Pileser II, Tiglath-Pileser II, have written in their secular facts of historical events entitled The Annals of the Emperors of Assyria, and was published by the trustees in the British Museum and was rewritten by Arthur Buwak, Houghton Mifflin Company, and Boston. World History, page 64, as stated. Trusting in Assur-Nasurpal II, the Emperor of the Assyrian Empire, I, as head of the legions, had assembled the chariots and the legions or armies. The mountains we crossed with their 25,000 fighting men, and with their 3 governors we contended. In the extractions of them we made. Their courses we spread over the valleys, and the high places of the mountains we crossed. Their heads we cut off. At the sides of the cities we heaped or thrown them like the mound thrown on a grave. Their spoils, their properties, and their goods, and their castles, and herbs, to a countless numbers we brought forth. Unquote. The Assyrian Empire, the rulers, emperors, in exact order, since their empire was established, and since the remaining 9 tribes of the 10 seceded northern kingdom tribes, kingdom of Yashurun at Samaria, become their puppet state. They Paul, the first emperor of the Assyrian Empire, followed by Tiglath-Pileser I, then Assur-Nasurpal II as the third emperor, and was followed by Tiglath-Pileser II, and was followed by Shalmaneser III as the fifth emperor. Sargon II, Sennacherib, Esarhaddon, and Assurbanipal or Nabopolassar, the father of Nebuchadnezzar the First. See the Annals of the Assyrian Empire. Truth and wisdom seekers in these latter days of the age of Pisces, as we move closer to the age of Aquarius, must know that not only the daughters and young wives of the tribe of Naphtali, who were the Naphtalites, were brought captives in the East Bank of Tiber, but included are the young wives and daughters of the tribes of Reuben and Gad, who were the Reubenites and the Gadites respectively. Also, truth seekers should comprehend the passage. The mountains we cross with their 20 fighting men and with their 3 governors we contended. The destructions of them we made, referred to the sons and husbands and the 3 governors of the 3 tribes, Reuben, Gad, and Naphtali. That land is Bank of Tiber, now bears the name of King Pekah's father's name, Romalia. So spelled in numerous scriptures known as Bible, the name Remalia. And to commemorate the unrighteous acts and deeds that he, Romalia, contributed to the unlawful acts and deeds of those 3 priests of no Levites, that land was called Rome or Roma, and its capital Italy. That capital of Rome, Italy, was derived from the name Naphtali. Those 3 tribes, namely Reubenites, Gadites, and Naphtalites, were brought out or removed from their land grant 20 years ahead over the remaining 6 tribes of the 10 seceded northern kingdom of Yashurun at Samaria. The legions armies of the Assyrian Empire of Emperor Tiglath-Pileser II And those three priests of no Levites, who were the former priests of the golden molten image of Ram, or calves from the land of Mizraim, had mingled their seeds to the seeds of the Reubenites, Gadites, and Naphtalites. They became multitude as the ancient history of Rome. Rome was founded in the year 606-605 BCA. BCE means Basic Common Era, by Romulus and Remus. Historically, by that date, two different but closely related people, the Latinos and the Sabines. The inhabitants of Rome grew as a group of villages in the 7 Capitoline hills in the east bank of Tiber, and was ruled by 7 rulers, of whom the last 3 rulers were thought to have been Etruscan. After the last of these 3 rulers, Tarquinius Superbus, and had been expelled, a republic was set up in the year 510 BCA, Basic Common Era, and they were ruled by the Senate and 2 consuls in the succeeding years, as they grew and existed in the 7 Capitoline hills. This was quoted from the Roman Empire History, page 683, at Webster Dictionary. Those 3 priests of no Levites and their seeds offspring coming after them had changed their belief faith, column 1, parenthesis faith, and established their own cults named the Mitraic Cybele cult, or the Ahura Mazda, in the east bank of Tiber. The well-known of solar festival of Natalis Invicti, the Nativity of the Unconquered Sun, was celebrated by the priests of no Levites, dated December 25, which the priests of no Levites in the east bank of Tiber had a solid evidence of their claim regarding the date, that Mithras was hatched from an stone egg dated December 25, that the Roman who spoke Latin language, the counterpart of Thamos, the sun deity, quoted from the Catholic Encyclopedia, page 727, volume 3. I will show you the picture. Here is the picture. This photocopy of the Mitraic Cybele court became popular in the land of the east bank of Tiber, until the entire Roman legion soldiers had dedicated themselves to Mithras and called him as the Ahura Mazda. To continue, my brethren, according to the ancient history of Rome, Romalia, Universal History, Volume 3, page 254, as stated that the solemn ceremonies were performed by the legion's soldiers wearing the mask of Raven, the lion, the sun runner, and the other characters of Mithras' story. As the torches burned brighter, the legions or soldiers chanted continuously, and their chanted became shouts, and they grew wilder. While their core group of singers continuously singing and dancing as the rites continued. It was said that sometime they ended with the sacrifices of human beings who are virgin women that were not yet defiled by men, their soldiers. Their underground chapels, they called it the catacomb, the place where they buried their dead cult leaders. At the center of their temple, in one corner which their priests of Levites called it the sacred rock named Petra. Truth and wisdom seekers in these latter days of the age of Pisces must take note on the sacred rock Petra that those modern blind guides have made easily into Peter, the supposedly one of the chosen disciples of sovereign Yahshua Messiah, Hamashiach, the omniscient anointed teachers of righteousness and master of justice. Actually, there was no disciple named Peter. His real name was Simon, the son of Jonah, and he was given the position as Sultan as his gift after he acknowledged and said that he is the Messiah, the Son of Yahweh, the Most High and Majesty, Omnipotent, Celestial Realm Father. And sovereign Yahshua Messiah said to him, Simon, bestowed are you, Simon ben Yona. Simon ben Yona meaning Simon son of Yona. For flesh and blood has not revealed it to you, but the Father who is in celestial realm. And upon this day he will build his assembly, and the gates of the grave shall not prevail against it. He will give to him, Simon, the keys of the kingdom of Yahweh, and whatever he shall bind on earth shall be bound in celestial realm, and whoever he shall loose in the planet Mother Earth shall be loosed in celestial realm. Then he charged his chosen disciples that they should not tell to anyone that he was the Messiah. Can we read this, which I have narrated in Matthew chapter 16, verses 16 to 20, Mark chapter 8, verse 29, and Luke chapter 9, verse 20. The passage, he will give to him, Simon, the keys of the kingdom of Yahweh, and whatever he shall bind on earth shall be bind on celestial realm, Father. And whoever he shall loose in the planet Mother Earth shall be loosed in celestial realm, was drawn from the book, scroll of Isaiah the prophet, in chapter 22, verse 22. Now returning on history of the modern blind guides, that there is another recorded evidence to the religion of ethics as written in the Encyclopedia of Religion, Volume 3, page 607, as stated. There can be little doubt that the church or Circe was anxious to distract the attention of other religions from the old pagan Satan's feast days by celebrating religious festivals on the same date, dated December 25. The December 25 date was the days of Natalis Solis or Solar Invicti, or the Sol Novus new sun that was cultivated by the Votares or devoted to the Mitraic or Mitraisian court. Truth and wisdom seekers in these latter days of the age of Pisces, as we move closer to the age of Aquarius, can now comprehend who are those blind gods in the history of mankind. Intellectual virtues. Their father ancestors was allegory. In the Greek word allos, the father of falsehood and the source of human nature, the suppressor of truth, the deceiver which existed in purity, and those falsehood was implanted unto the seeds of Japhet, the Caucasoid or white color of his skin race, namely Gomer, colon open parenthesis, Gog, Magog, Maday, Yaban, Tubal or Tobolsky, Mishit, or simply Sichem, and Tiras, Troy or Trohan, and the sons of Gomer, Gog, Askinas, Germans, Rephah, Rephat, and Togarma, and the sons of Yavan, Elisa, Tarsis or Tarke, Kittim, and Dodanim. Of this Caucasoid white color of skin race were scattered in the isles of the nation, divided in their lands, everyone after their tongues, after their families, in their dwellings. Genesis chapter 10, verses 2 to 5. Truth seekers must be watchful, vigilant, to the seeds offspring of the blind guides or false prophets, that it might just around the corner. Their seeds offspring are the 10 priests of no Levites from the land of Mizraim, that were installed by wicked King Jeroboam the son of Nebat from the tribe of Ephraim, when he removed those 10 Levitical priesthoods that were assigned unto the 10 seceded northern kingdom tribes, kingdom of Yasharon at Samaria. Those seeds offspring of the blind guides or false prophets from the land of Mizraim had brought with them the doctrine of the court of Isis and Osiris, the 3 days and 3 nights, death and resurrection. Below are the photocopies of the Mitraic Cybele Court or the Ahura Mazda. This photo is stated that not only the sacrifice bulls but ended with the sacrifices of human beings who are virgin women and were not yet defiled by men. The picture, here is the picture. The picture of Moses and Osiris. The three adoration. There. And from those false decrees, the 3 adorations and 3 spirits, those seeds offspring of the blind guides in their own interpretations had renewed and issued their idolatrous practices. Here is the picture, the 3 pictures that I have mentioned. The attached picture of the ageless mother and child veneration. The worship of a mother and child was very popular in different religious, intellectual congregations, denominations all over the planet Mother Earth. That ageless mother and child veneration was originated from the land of Mizraim. The mother was Isis, the leader of the cult of Isis, and the son was Horus. It was copied by the inhabitants in the land of India. The mother was Krishna, and her son was Kalkin, and it was portrayed by Michelangelo Buonarroti, who lived from the year 147-1564 CE, Common Era. The Florentine painter, sculptor, architect, and poetry as Madonna. An statue or picture of the so-called Virgin Mary. The word Madonna in Italian language means my lady. The mother was Virgin Mary and her son was the alleged Jesus Christ. Truth seekers in this latter days should not also forget King Ahab, the son of Omri, in the kingdom of Yasharon at Samaria, when he married to Jezebel, the daughter of King Itbaal of the Sidonians, or sodomy. That those Sidonian sodomy, Colomano parenthesis sodomy, are the worshippers and believers of Baal, Colomanopan parenthesis Lord. That King Ahab of the kingdom of Yasharon at Samaria has permitted his helpmeet queen to bring her intellectual advisor under praise of no Levites, and that King Ahab built an altar or temple for the deity Baal in the land of Samaria, Yasharon. It was written in 1 Kings chapter 16 verses 31 to 32. Here is the picture of the heathen Lord. None of any inhabitants in the kingdom of Yasharon.